This is the book of 1 John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, is not of the Father, but is of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh abideth forever. Alright, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai, Brakatha Yahweh, Brakatha Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the one who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is the name of his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, glory and honor to Yahweh Bahasham Hamashayach Yahweh Shai Wa Bahar Racha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine as they are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. Peace, blessings and salutations, enough respect to the brothers out there pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth, and to you few sisters, who are doing the right thing. To you I say Shalom and Adwan Ratazah, which means Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So, recently it's been, that wicked holiday, Father's Day. All right. Yep, Father's Day, which, has nothing to do with the scriptures. All right. In fact, let's get the first precept. This is Exodus chapter 20, verse 12. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord Yahweh thy power giveth thee. Right. And it's plain. Why should you wait? Alright. For a holiday, a so-called holiday, really it's a holiday. Alright. That Esau pushes. Why should you take part in a pagan so-called holiday to honor your father? As with Mother's Day, as with birthdays, as with any other, heathen so-called holiday. Alright. I'm just going to get a couple articles on the history of Father's Day. Now this is from the website wordpress.com. And it seems like a very it's got quite a lot of history based on it. That's from 5 years ago. And it reads, Father's Day, like Mother's Day, celebrates pagan gods, not your parents. Right. And that alone should let you know. Being in the information age, where knowledge is easily accessible, via your handheld device, computers, etc. You can easily look up, these pagan holidays to see where it all comes from. Alright. Since June is known for celebrating Father's Day, even though this holiday gets less media coverage than Mother's Day. Both holidays are deceptive and do not honor father nor mother. The origin of both of these celebrations is based in paganism. Baal is the biblical king or father of Father's Day, and Ashtaroth is the queen / mother of Mother's Day. Throughout the scriptures, it was these two main gods that the Hebrew Israelites constantly reached out to and were in turn punished for worshipping. Just want to see if it goes into Father's Day more so. Alright. I can get another article actually. We're constantly reminded of in the scriptures not to going the way of the heathen. Alright? Because these holidays are vain. Let's get that in Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 10. Start at verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Yasharallah. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Right? This has nothing to do with our heritage, our culture. And notice how the Lord is speaking to the house of Israel. Because we are a separate nation, Kodash meaning holy, the law was given to us. So these heathens can do and celebrate these false days that they proudly, boast and brag about. But we have our own high holy days. Alright? Now this is from Britannica.com. On this subheading for this, where did Father's Day come from? And it goes into Sonora Smart Dodd of Spokane, Washington, is usually credited for originating Father's Day. She is said to have had the idea in 1909 while listening to a sermon on Mother's Day. Notice how both those days are, related. Which was emerging as a holiday. US President Calvin Coolidge gave his public support to Father's Day in 1924, and legislation signed by US President Richard Nixon established it as a national holiday in 1972. Father's Day in the United States Father's Day in the United States holiday, Salakia, third Sunday in June to honor fathers. Credit for originating the holiday is generally given to Sonora Smart Dodd of Spokane, Washington, whose father, a Civil War veteran, raised her and her 5 siblings after their mother died in childbirth. She is said to have had the idea in 1909 while listening to a sermon on Mother's Day, it's like we read above, which at the time was becoming established as a holiday. Local religious leaders supported the idea, and the first Father's Day was celebrated on June 19, 1910. The month of the birthday of Dodd's father in 1924, US President Calvin Coolidge gave his support to the observance, and in the 1966 press, Lyndon B. Johnson issued a proclamation that recognized the day. It became a national holiday in 1972 when Richard Nixon signed the legislation, as was read above. I'm going to jump down and see if there's any other information on it. And notice with these days, they've been commercialized, as it reads here. Alright? And everybody just participates in it. Just like with Easter, you have the Easter egg and the Easter bunny. Alright? And Valentine's Day, where you end up spending a lot of money, which, most of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as the Israelite foreigners that are scattered across the world who may look like these other nations, whose seed line go back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob through your father's side, we're poor as it is, and you're out there spending your last hard-earned wage, either on your woman or, again, to offer up to these holidays. And it reads, some observe the custom of wearing a red rose to indicate that one's father is living, or a white rose to indicate that he is deceased. It's been commercialized with the sending of greeting cards and the giving of gifts, right? Just like you give flowers, to your mother on Mother's Day. Or spending a lot for presents on Christmas. All in vanity, which is going off and all a waste of money. Other males, for example, the grandfathers or uncles who have assumed parenting roles, are often also honoured on the same day. Some Roman Catholics have continued to observe the feast day of St. Joseph on March 19th as a tribute to fathers. Alright. Church completely welcomes this, especially the Catholic Church. They don't. You'll have some, denominations of, like such as I think it's Seventh Day Adventists who might, not observe Christmas or certain, pagan festivals because they acknowledge that it's got pagan roots in it. All right, but they'll still uphold and celebrate others, such as this, and rip scriptures out of context to support it. All right. This is the book of Colossians. Just bear with me. Chapter 2. Verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit. All right. After the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Yahushua HaMashiach. Right. That's what Esau's done. Right, he's come up with his days and pushed his vibration throughout the world. Advertised it, commercialized it, etc. And deceived everyone to thinking it's okay, it's cool, it's okay to run with. In fact, let's go into the word vain. Right, the word. Bear with me. Let's hear him now.
Strong's G2756. Kenos.
And the Greek word is kenos, and it goes into empty, vain, devoid of truth, and that's what these holidays are. No truth in it whatsoever. Empty-handed, without a gift, destitute of spiritual wealth. Right, and these days they ain't going to save you. All right, that's not true knowledge. That's not necessary for salvation. To build your faith, to teach others, to wake up the elect. Complete opposite. Destitute of spiritual wealth, of one who boasts of his faith as a transcendent possession, yet is without the fruits of faith, and that's these churches as well. All these holidays, all right, have these qualities about them. Endeavours, labours, acts which result in nothing, vain, fruitless, without effect, vain, of no purpose, right? That's enough on that, really. It sums it all up. And here's another article. Just jumping from article, because, it's good to diversify. Different articles will have more or different information than others. Alright, and this is findmeagift.co.uk. Alright, it goes into the history of Father's Day again. Father's Day is celebrated throughout the world as a way to honour and thank fathers and father figures. Alright, in the US, UK and many other countries, we celebrate the special day on the third Sunday of June. However, some countries differ on this date. Father's Day is meant to complement Mother's Day, the celebration of mothers, and typically families spend Father's Day and Mother's Day together. Right, goes hand in hand. Traditionally, fathers will receive gifts of thanks from their sons and daughters, and the whole family will enjoy Sunday dinner together, as well as fun family activities such as playing games or going for a family walk. Alright? Getting caught up in these, these are distractions. It's high time to wake out of sleep. Alright? Just going to get another precept. This is Acts chapter 5, verse 29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey the Most High rather than men. Right? Because Esau, he's the biggest slanderer, the biggest liar. Adding this, to make it seem truthful. All right. Glorifying it, saying it's all right to do it. There's no harm. Oh, I'm just doing it for the family. All right. And again, we have our high holidays. All right. This is all vanity. This goes back to Norse mythology. All right. Again, nowhere in the scriptures we are told to celebrate Father's Day or Mother's Day or Easter or Christmas, etc. And it's funny, how in this month, being, Alphabet Month, Father's Day being another high, holiday, as well as Juneteenth, all three of them all in 1 month. All right. The Most High is our Father. You shouldn't have to, again, like I said, have one day separate to honor your father, and then the rest, the rest of the days, you just go about it as usual. Go back to the article. Which again, you shouldn't be celebrating anyway, but that's just to make a point. In that, you should honor your parents every day. All right, skip down to, I'm just going to find the important information because it's quite a lengthy article. Read this in another article, in fact, in the one before. I'm not going to make this lesson too long anyway, you get the point. Alright, let's just... Yeah, it's basically saying the same thing as, yeah. So I'm going to just end it there. I hope this lesson was edifying. In fact, actually, let me get one more precept. We'll end it. It's the book of Amos. Chapter, where is it? Chapter 5. In verse 21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Though ye offer me burnt offerings, and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. Take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I will not hear the melody of thy viols. Right? Right, the point's been made. Again, we have our own high holidays. Passover, Feast of First Fruits, Day of Atonement, Feast of Tabernacles, etc. We don't need to take part in this. This is for the heathens. Alright? Yep. Father's Day, Norse mythology. Oh. Alright. Need to come with an article. But yeah, that's it on that. Alright. Just trying to find it. There you go. Some pagans suggest that Father's Day is closely linked to the pagan sun worship because the sun is thought to be the father of the universe, and the celebration of dads falls closely to the summer solstice. Roses are the official flower of Father's Day, with people previously wearing them to church on this day. Like I said, in the churches, these whorehouses. Alright, so we'll end it there. Again, Shalom to the elect of Yahweh Shai. Again, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well. Adawan Ratazar, this lesson was edifying. So with that, Shalom, Kwam Yasharala, and Baba Ball. Shalom to the elect.